Oh shit. Okay, there we go. We on. Oh yeah.
We out here?
Oh yeah, we here. We live now.
Hey, yo.
We have finally started recording.
We gave y'all 2 last week. We told y'all to be here Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
It is definitely Wednesday. I don't
It
know
is
why
Wednesday.
we thought we was playing with them, but we're not playing with them.
It is Wednesday, February 24th.
You know, Black
Shout
Cow.
out to Kobe, RIP. You know,
Oh,
R.I.P.
man.
Kobe.
You know,
Swear to God.
A year ago, I was at that. I was at my goats memorial at the Staples Center, bro. Memories today. I had flashbacks. It's crazy.
It's the shirt
I
of
miss
the
my
day.
guy.
You already know. Straight up. Here you go. I'm about to send this to you.
and I'm about to send them out on Instagram and Facebook. I want everybody to come on here, pop on, and get some stuff popping.
Send that to you.
There it is.
Send this to you.
Share this, boy.
Oh yeah. Story time. Yes. Yes. Oh yeah.
I'm about to put this mud on what's the name? I'm gonna put it in my story too, so they can just go on and just click on the mud.
Go ahead and copy the link again.
And I posted it again. I just shared them on Facebook and Instagram at the same time. Yes, sir, Mally.
Let me make sure it in this group real quick. God, I gotta send this one to you. Tripping. Mm-hmm.
I sent it out to a bunch of people again. I wonder if Bull gonna pop on.
What was something you probably pop on?
But E online, Sharp online.
You feel me?
Let's see if they gonna.
Look at that. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Put this one on.
This is the fun part.
Damn, hold on. What the fuck is this? Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay. And then once I share this again, we can start getting it going. If they want to miss out, then they gonna miss out. Miss out. Oh, baby. We are alive right now. Okay.
I need help.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm gonna just go crazy. Okay, we are. We are. Don't be afraid. It's only the Black Journal.
Y'all know what it is, man. Quit playing.
It's only the Black Journal. Featuring my boy Mr. Hold on, we're gonna get the introductions in tune just in
And I posted it on Facebook's live. I mean, on my Facebook. So with the link. Anybody else?
you already know. Hey, look, hey, you already know Fred. Hey, you already know Fred, man. Hey,
Fred, this thing already
don't need to be explained, my boy.
Big brother.
You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You already know, man. West Coast all day. You already know. You know what I'm saying? Represent.
I ain't no ace in that, but we here. So,
You know what I mean? So we in here with it.
Let's go on and get this thing started, Malcolm.
Let's get this thing rolling. We are live right now. It's about 4:45 Pacific time and it's 6:46 Central time. And I believe it's 7:46 Eastern time. So we are here live with Black Journal. We're gonna get the introductions in order. My name is Sir Mallymal. It says it on the screen. I don't even know if you guys can read, but I'm gonna just tell you my name anyway. Sir Mallymal, aka Malcolm X, MXG. We in the building. We're gonna go to the bottom first because we got a special guest that we're gonna introduce last. So we're gonna go to the bottom. Go ahead, my boy Sensei.
Hey man, y'all already know what it is, man. What's understood ain't gotta be explained, man. It's the Sensei back at it again, man. Nation Domination, North Trade Hub. If you know me even better, man, we back again. This is number 11, really 10, but really it should be 11. But we just not gonna talk about that due to circumstances beyond our control.
Yeah, that is true.
Anywho, we back again, man. Welcome. Thank y'all for coming. Hopefully, brought you listening ears and you thinking caps. And now we're gonna introduce our special guest. I'll let Malcolm do it, or if he want to do it himself.
You know, I'll introduce him because this is pretty much like a childhood brother to me. This is pretty much like who I grew up with. We came out of the sandbox together. So you know what I'm talking about. So we got history together, you know what I'm saying? I have very good, you know what I'm saying, good love for his moms, you know what I'm saying, as well, you know what I'm saying? I know that's very sensitive to talk about, but RIP to her because, you know, she's a lovely woman. And, you know what I'm saying, shout out to her sister, shout out to your sister as well, little nephew and all that. You know what I'm saying? So this is my boy, Kendall. Mr. Gray,
What's up, y'all?
Represent where, you know what I'm saying, where you from.
You already know
about yourself as
neighborhood
well.
Kendall right here. Like Malcolm said, we go way back, back to the sandbox, like he said. Right now I'm in Ontario, California. Just, for anybody who don't know, I just graduated from University of Laverne. Just started a new job. Excited for this new gig, and I love what y'all got going. I love the Black Journal, y'all. I'm excited to be here, and I'm blessed. I'm blessed that y'all having me.
Thank you for being here, bro. Real life. I remember a couple of episodes ago, you were commenting a lot. You know, you were, to be honest, bro, you were one of our first comments. And actually, you were one of our first active viewers. So for me, seeing somebody actually that thank you. Yeah, my brother Fred said congrats too, man, about your graduation and about your job, man. It's a blessing. But you were one of the first people that showed me. I know Malcolm probably was already, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got to understand. It's a lot of knowledge in that brain, man. Don't think that man head look like that for no reason. Knowledge.
Hey, he complimented you and roasted you at the same time.
My brother wasn't that, bro. Like blood couldn't make us be closer, bro. Like I wish I could have grew up with Malcolm, and Malcolm can tell me if I'm wrong. Like since we met each other, bro, it's been like we've been knowing each other since we were kids.
No, that's a fact. I didn't even really I never really had how people just be having like a certain disdain or like not a liking towards somebody. It's like I didn't feel that way towards this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just never been that way. Especially the way that I was raised and stuff like that. You know, of course, if you're funny style, you're funny style. He was never funny. You know what I'm saying? He was always real down to the core. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I looked at it. So it was just like we just clicked right then and there, just like I did with this Nick Kendall. We grew up together, so it was just like. We knew the same shit. He was the reason why I got into baseball and shit. You know what I'm saying? I was never really a baseball.
Yeah, I was bored out here, man. I was trying to do everything.
Right. And he was a hooper too.
I'll talk fly to you before I lie to you.
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I'll talk fly to you before I lie to you. That's fair.
That nigga stupid as hell, Lord. I ain't gonna say shit like that.
But y'all, in all seriousness, man, y'all gotta understand, bro. This right here is a special episode, man, because we got a person, you know what I'm saying, that showed genuine love to us, man. So tonight, you know, I'm gonna let Malcolm go and do the due justice, you know, the due diligence, since he always explains and always comes out and starts off everything. He's the moderator. Sir Mallymal is our moderator, and he's never asked for that job, but he just does it because he does it well. So I'm gonna let the moderator, Sir Mallymal, go on and take us to the next point, and we can go from there and spit some knowledge.
Man, he just blew me away. I didn't even know he was gonna say that. I don't even try to be like that. It's just a natural ability that I have that's God given.
I'll talk fly to you before I lie to you.
You better remember that, nigga.
Yeah,
but it's all good though.
So he'll be back.
He'll be back. He'll join in. When it comes down to the topics at hand, and you are right, it's supposed to be number 11. I don't know what the hell I was thinking, but it'll be edited. I'll re-edit it and stuff like that. Here he is.
It's the first internet blunder of the night, y'all. My bad.
Yeah, it's all good. That it happens. It happens. Like, it really does happen. Like, trust me. Like, we had episodes where I had to just be like, yeah, all right.
It was times when my Wi-Fi wasn't this strong, bro. It was times where I would be sitting right next to the Wi-Fi box doing the podcast, and I just go out. I'm like, what are you doing? No.
I'll be blaming because I live in an apartment complex. I'll be like, which one of my neighbors is on my internet? Who got my password?
Don't share. Hey, FYI, all you people that's gonna be watching for future reference, don't share your Wi-Fi to nobody. You know what I'm saying? If you do, you're gonna have to change your password at least about 5 times to make sure they don't even remember the first one. So, anyway, so to moderate on to the topic at hand. Of course, we have 2 topics at hand. Of course, it says Mount Rushmore of Rap and best black athletes. So we're gonna go into the first one, which is best black athletes for us. And because we were talking off camera, off the books about this, because of course, we have other athletes. You know, it's it's sports. We have the footballs, you have the basketballs, you have the baseballs, you have the soccer's, tracks, all type of stuff about black athletes, and we all know who they are. We're gonna name them and stuff like that because they're gonna be a part of the conversation. But where people don't understand that these athletes are overlooked because of the storyline based of this type of sport, but they don't think that it's gonna be as real as it is. And you can go ahead and explain, Nation, because I know you want to speak because Kendall knows about this as well and what I'm going with. So go ahead.
Okay. Now this right here that we about to talk about is something that I watch daily. As a matter of fact, I got 7 minutes and it's about to come on. And so I'm about to miss maybe about 30, 45 minutes of it. But I ain't tripping because YouTube always give me everything I miss. But what we're talking about, y'all, is professional wrestling. Professional wrestling started out it didn't start out as a sport. It started out, it started out as a sport. Professional wrestling is a sport. Yes, professional wrestling did evolution. It really did evolve from actual wrestling.
Yep.
People got into actual wrestling, and they did it in college. And wrestling is a big sport in certain colleges and certain states. Texas, we do have a big wrestling thing ourselves. And I'm not talking about professional wrestling right now at this time. I'm talking about actual natural wrestling. But professional wrestling came from men who thought outside of the box. You have to think about it. There are so many different styles that make You have lucha libre, you have just full out wrestling, you have brawlers, you have lunatics, you have the masters of different crafts, you have the high flying guys that are not so much luchador, but they're more high energy, new moves every week. Something gonna give you a ooh, aka what I'm saying, etc. Like an example will be if you do follow wrestling, Ricochet. Ricochet to me is not a luchador, but he has his own high flying style.
Mm-hmm.
He also comes with power too.
Yep.
If you don't know, Ricochet is a black athlete.
I was upset about what they did to Kofi too, like Kofi Kingston.
I was just about to point that out. Kofi Kingston to me, for more than 11 years, has been one of the best black athletes in America, and nobody gives him that accomplishment. You have I can name out some that aren't in WWE. I'm talking about Jay Lethal. I'm talking about Moose. I'm talking about Moose. I'm talking about the Octopus, Jonathan Gresham. I'm talking about who else can I give you? The Usos' cousin. What is the boy's name? He's in MLW. He's the champion right now. Jacob Fatu. I'm talking the Usos' little brother. I can't think of his real name, but they call him one of his stage names is like Bad News Fatu. He hangs with his pops more than he does his brothers.
Yeah, you talking about his pops is Rikishi, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. That's all I know.
People that didn't know, Rikishi had more than 3 kids.
That's a fact. That nigga got
4 or 5 kids. And I think 4 of them are boys.
Yeah, and then one of
them. Professional wrestling.
Yeah, it is that too. You were right.
Professional wrestling never gets the stuff it deserves. It never gets anything that it deserves due to the fact that it's seen as fake because they're not killing each other every match. And what people have to understand is they practice just like football practices, but you don't call football fake. They practice just like basketball practices, but you don't call that fake. They practice like soccer, track, any other sport. Even wrestling, they practice probably more than any other sport. They're on the road 365 days out of the year. They get
no breaks.
They get the only breaks that wrestlers get are injury breaks. Those breaks are truthfully not breaks because they're working to rehab every single day. They might spend some downtime when they get out of surgery with their friend, with their family, but that's not really spending time. You're in the bed most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
That they put their bodies and their lives on the line every night, and all people do is, I want to watch wrestling because it's fake, because they decided to be safe, but you don't fault football for finding people for targeting.
Man,
You don't judge basketball for when somebody fouls somebody hard and intentional and they get thrown out of the game. You don't get mad about when people fight in football and basketball because you think that's cool. You think that's what was supposed to be happening. But wrestling is an actual show where they fight all night.
them niggas is professional stuntmen and women.
First off, and I'm a veer back and just think, but I just want to say this to everybody that don't watch it. You don't have to. I really don't care. I do. I love it. And because you got to understand something, you can practice flipping off of the ropes, but you can't practice getting hit with a steel chair. You can't practice getting hit with steel steps. This is not rubber. This is not plastic. This is steel. You can't practice getting hit with a kendo stick and having webs all over your body for weeks. You can't practice slipping on a move and cracking your rib, and now you have to go on in your life with a cracked rib.
Real talk.
Wrestling is a very dangerous sport, and nobody ever gives them the credit because nobody's out here like Stone Cold Steve Austin running out, drinking beer, smacking people in the head with chairs and walking out.
Mind you, he had to cut his career short because he got dropped on his head very wrong. He had to have fucking neck surgery. So he couldn't even wrestle for longer than 8 years.
Well, the amount of skill that it needs to be a wrestler on a consistent basis and to be great at it, and how much practice and training and day out. I don't know what another sport has to go through that. You know,
yes,
to know how to land right, to know how to perform these moves. It's a lot.
So America, just answer this question for me. If you don't want to answer it, it's cool. But just put this question in your mind. So you telling me you'd rather glorify and praise sports that allow people to run full speed and knock each other's heads off and end people's lives and careers and livelihoods, or a sport where you have people. Now, track is still a dangerous sport to your body. It's not so much as basketball, football, physical contact sports, lacrosse, etc. But you will glorify all of these sports that are dangerous and now are making changes to the sports based off of people being injured versus a sport that went from pure bloodbath to we're going to try to keep as much bloodshed away from the camera as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You're mad that they have a storyline and they have things that they have to say and do, and some of their punches don't land right. You can see when it's fake. Do me a favor. Take your ass to the wrestling ring and go in there and do what they do for 365 days and tell me that's not an athlete's job.
Man.
Even after getting hurt sometimes, if you can wrestle, if they clear you, it's not like the NFL. If you hurt a little bit, you can go sit down over here and you good. If we feel like you got a major injury, like a broken rib, we're not going to put you on the field or in practice. These people are going out there with broken ribs. You had a wrestler with a broken lung that went in and wrestled a 30-minute match and still won. A broken lung, bro. Your lung busted, and you got one good source of air, and you still go for 15 more minutes, and you win.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're out for the next almost year because you had to heal. But you come back full force. Or you got people turning ACLs in a night and coming back in 6 months, full-fledged running. What other sport they doing that in? You got people with busted ribs, real bad concussions, and they're coming back in months.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to look at Shelton Benjamin as a great example of a great athlete that have been dummy injuries.
But it's still back wrestling and making money. But I promise you, if somebody had one of those injuries in football or basketball, you are out for the season. And your season is not, once again, 365 days
of the year.
I'm done.
It can be that, but it's not really that, bro. You got to train to like damn near 18 hours of the day for them niggas. It is some of them niggas got to do commercials on top of that to keep their brand up because
commercials.
They got to do TV shows and shit.
TV shows.
They got to do off the camera shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that. What?
I thought I was done, but I'm not. I'm sorry. But this is the last thing I'm gonna say. Y'all gotta understand something. They record live on Monday. Tuesday, while y'all think they're not recording, they're doing live shows in a town. Wednesday, they have NXT live, so everything shifts to NXT. But the Raw and SmackDown people are still doing shows.
Can I get a snack? And Maya's yelling at me.
Get you a snack and just do your homework and focus on that, baby. All right. Hey, hush.
Gotta do that.
Sorry, y'all. Interruption, but you have to take. Your mama said you can open them talkie shit. Where's mommy at? Mommy said no. Go put them back.
No, she's at the store.
So you gotta wait till she get back. But I don't know if she wants you to open them yet.
No,
I'm not trying to hear it. I'm not trying to hear it.
He's not here right now. You can give it to me if you want.
No, babe, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's a fight on my hands that I'm not trying to have. We're not doing it. Side note, America, and I got to get back to this. If you are a black man in America and you have a black queen or whatever type of queen you have, but I have a black queen, and you have a child, and your child tries to play that wage war against you, never go against your significant other. You're going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Bad. And if you want to sleep on the couch for 2 months, because you think you know what you're talking about, well, you be my guest, my brother. But guess what? My bed's too comfortable for that, G. I'm not sleeping on no couch. So nah, you can't have them until mommy get home and let me know we good. Because if I give them to you and she get home and she said no already, then now we have a problem. Then my house goes from peace and happiness to a WWE match in my bedroom. I don't want that. Yeah.
Every time,
bro. Every time. I'm gonna let y'all know this now, America. Everybody that's watching, if you get on this podcast, you're gonna see my son at least once in every video.
Mm-hmm.
Don't open them until your mama get back. I'm not gonna say it again. Thank you for your time. Back to it, because you know that's what you gotta do. You gotta multitask in this world. But in WWE 365, first off, please tell me you can go beat up. You and your friends can go out right now and wrestle every day and put a good show on for people 365 days out of the week. And you tell me that's not an athlete's job. They get paid like athletes. They really work harder than any athlete in the world, bro. I don't care what nobody says. You can try to fact check me on this, but they workout regimens, I promise you, are not the same as anybody else. They have to train everything. They have to make sure they're in physical shape because they have a show to put on every day of the week, other than Saturday and Sunday, unless they have pay-per-view. Saturday and Sunday are probably their only days they can really chill out. But you think they're really chilling? No, they're working out.
Nope.
Hey, not working on Saturday and on Sundays like that. Especially if they got pay-per-view. Especially if they got pay-per-view.
And lately, everybody and I watch all wrestlers. New Japan Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, WWE, of course. I've been watching AEW since it debuted. Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor right now is actually fire.
Yeah,
if you're not watching Ring of Honor, please do, because they're gonna bro, like first off,
back in the day, all of them like independent leagues used to go crazy. Like it wasn't just like
the real shit.
Ring of Honor
right now, John Moxley is in AEW, and if anybody doesn't know who John Moxley is, that's Dean Ambrose from WWE. He has been over there making a tear. He got cheated, and now he's ready to fight. But he's getting jumped all the time. But he has creative freedom. That's the difference between AEW and WWE, because they give their people creative freedom, and that creative freedom is a very, very, to be honest, that's one of the best things that you could do. You know what I'm saying? It's for, because think about this: if you give somebody creative control at work to say and do what they want, they'd probably not get fired, but they'd probably have a lot of write-ups.
Right.
Like, example, I work at a school. If you gave a teacher for creative control or creative freedom of what they can say to the kid without punishment, hypothetically speaking, you know how many kids would get cussed out
on a daily basis.
That's why they give us rules. No profanity against the kids. Do not touch the kid. If the kid touches you and you feel threatened, you come find an administrator. You see what I'm saying? But if they gave us lenient rules, a lot of teachers would probably be fired. Because there's a lot of kids that will push you to the brink that you might just want to, but you got to remember.
Just one time. Just
give me one. Yeah, just give me one. But as an adult, you can't do that. They don't know what they're talking about. And even if they talking reckless to you, a kid's call me all type of names other than my own. But you know what I do? I laugh. Because one, they don't understand that. That's going to make them mad. And then they're going to be like, well, what you want to do? I'm going to keep rocking because I'm going to laugh at you because you just don't understand what you're in for. If I was to truthfully turn around and give you what you're asking.
Oh, God.
If I would give you exactly what you're asking for, you wouldn't understand the pain that would come with that. And I'm sure we've had, teachers have done it and got fired, and that's their choice. I'm not supporting or denying. You do if you feel like you have to do what you have to do to defend yourself. Well, now you have no job, but and you probably blackballed. I'm sorry, from actually teaching that any other organization, bro. Like once you put your hands on a child, you are an X in anybody's radar. You will not get. You could be near the Dragon Balls and wouldn't nobody touch you.
Yeah.
Anime things. I'm sorry. But
I mean that's true. But just don't be a white security guard, then you'll be fine. Be fine,
Mm-hmm.
Be a white security guard. Oh, he was just defending himself. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah, right.
Nah, you better not be a white security guard in a black school. You are not safe. You gonna get picked on just because.
Now, you don't remember when that one security guard snatched up that girl out her seat and was like really being aggressive with her, like because she had a phone out or something?
Mm-hmm.
Come on now.
Crazy. But we don't want to get too sidetracked. So let me bring up these black athletes real quick.
Yeah, we start talking about
I already know one that's got to be up. We already know at least we all know one who got to be up there. Come on now.
And that's who you gotta say it.
I say Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods got to be there.
Yeah,
Tiger Woods got to be up there in the Mount Rushmore, especially in our. Come on now.
Okay.
Hey, I got one for you too, but it's not a man.
Oh, I think we on the same page. I can feel the vibe right now.
We talking about tennis?
Yeah, it start with an S.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Serena. Yes, bro.
Serena Williams.
I don't care what nobody say. If you cannot give her flowers, bro, her sister was there too. But let's be 100%, bro. Serena been killing.
Yeah, she been great. She been raping the game literally for the past like 15 years.
Like
until that half black Asian girl started beating her.
I was sad, bro. I was like, no, come on.
You gotta throw her.
I missed that shot, Serena. Come on.
It's a passing little torch, though, bro. You gotta think about it. Serena getting to that point, bro. Like, I'm not saying she gonna quit anytime soon because she still feel good. She still want to play. By all means, Queen, keep fighting the good fight until you can't. But girl's younger. She was hungry and she wanted it, and she won that round. Now Serena might come back and hit her with the okie doke, and they, but it's just like in any other black sport. Like right now, you got LeBron reigning supreme, but you still have young black stars. You have too many that we can even name.
Man.
Right now, the best that I can talk about right now, who's been surprising everybody, is the rookie of the year, and I'm gonna keep saying it, LaMelo Ball. He has overseeded my expectations.
He's been going crazy.
LaMelo right now, bro. You are blind, deaf, and dumb. That's one ball, bro. He had a better rookie year than his brother did.
Damn near. He already doing it. He should better than him.
No summer league either. There was no summer league. If we went straight to the league and was like, I'm gonna do it. I don't need no practice. We got this.
Yeah, he really shoot better. He shoot deeper from the three than his brother and make more than his brother do. Even though Lonzo's starting to shoot better because his form is better, everybody sees his form is getting better. But LaMelo coming in already shitting on niggas the first year. But and he's on a East team that might damn near can make the 7th and 6th seed, mind you.
But they might, and I'm thinking they are. But the one thing I can say about them two, bro, the difference is with Lonzo and LeVar really never had to really get on Lonzo. Lonzo was that lead by example, big brother that made mistakes, but he didn't make a lot. He has been in LaMelo's ass since he popped out the womb. It's because Melo is the youngest, and as the baby is always
the mischievous one.
Yes. So,
Melo's a scorer.
Yeah. My brother said Melo is a scorer, Lonzo isn't. And that is a fact, big bro.
He never was. He never really focused on his game on scoring.
Who a better passer though?
Huh?
Who a better passer? Because LaMelo been throwing
me personally is
Miles and Bridges, bro. That combo been nice.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going LaMelo.
That vision.
And I'm not just saying from the NBA. If you watch some of his games in the JBA when he wasn't being a dick, or when he went back to finish his high school career, his passing has gotten, and when he went overseas, his passing has gotten tremendously better. His vision has gotten tremendously better. He is.
Oh yeah, that is true, man.
My brother again. My brother say he's more put together. Lonzo isn't all around.
Yeah, he shoot. I'm trying to tell you, he's shooting better than his older brothers. Both of them, mind you.
He's an all-around player though.
Away from like 2 teams.
But he built that though. Like he built himself into the all-around player. Because when he was in high school, at first he was just a shooter, bro. Like he could dribble, but he was a shooter. But all these years in the JBA and the experience from overseas and going back to high school and just training and his daddy getting in his ass every time he do something stupid.
Man,
it's made him a humble young man. He's still young. He gonna make mistakes, but everybody do.
Yep.
Going overseas did help his game a lot, bro. Real life, Dave.
Playing with them grown men.
His basketball IQ is better than Lonzo.
No, not really. I can't agree with you on that one. Because
which one?
Lonzo still be throwing dimes. Nah, he can't do that. Can't do that. They're kind of even on that.
Yeah, they ain't too far apart on that.
Little brother learned from the older brother, so you it's like more like that. If you want to say that,
brother had more time to be put together though. Lonzo went and straight ball. Like he just went to high school, got committed, went to college, came out. Like you got to think about their journey,
but not in the NBA. That's
but their journeys were different though. Like Lonzo's journey was way different than LaMelo's. LaMelo's journey was truthfully longer, bro. Like think about all the experience he gained with all the stuff that he went through. The JBA, going back to high school, going overseas. Mm-hmm. Now you're in the league. You got a bunch of experience playing different people from different places, bro. Different ages, different body shapes, different shots, different games.
Lonzo never had that experience.
But the difference is Melo is a sponge. If you've noticed, every time he lose, or most of the time when he lost in his careers, or even when he won, he got chewed out and he took from it. He got into his feelings, of course. That's his dad, that's his coach. But he learned from it. And he never did the same stupid stuff twice. He's never done the same mistake twice. He's always tried to make sure he stayed out the way. If you've noticed, he ain't as wild as he used to be. He's more mellow. He's more chill. But when he get on that court, I'm a dog whoever in front of me. Real. And that's just how I gotta be.
That shit. He has more dog than his older brother does. As far as
he did something that Kemba Walker couldn't do. And I thought he was going, and Kemba Walker and a bunch of other people that got put over there because let's be honest, before they were the Hornets, the Bobcats had a couple of people before they got just truthfully sorry. They had a couple of good names that they could have put a team together with. They just weren't a team. This Charlotte Hornets team is a team. It's a group of young guys and some veterans that want to win. this is the first time they've ever even been considered to go into the playoffs, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
I just don't think Lonzo has he ain't grown as much as I think he should. Like he's played in the league for a little. He's played with a lot of good players. He seemed to be in that same range he was when he first came in the league. Like with LaMelo 3 years from now, I could see him already being an all-star, averaging double-double, 20-point games, leading the league in assists.
He might be an all-star this year, bro. If he keep playing the rate that he's playing at now, bro, and he does that consistently like he's been doing, the boy's going in his rookie year. And I see it. I don't know if anybody else sees it.
I mean, I don't know about being an all-star, but he'll definitely be in like the little rookie game if they even have it. He gonna be in that one.
Okay. There's a lot of good needs. I think ever since James Harden and Kevin Durant went to the East, it's gonna be harder now. They released it. He didn't get in this year, but he's gonna be in there, I think, next year for sure. I think he has a good chance.
Because James Harden was like a reserve.
James Harden took that spot because
reserve.
That boy's making waves, boy. Like he's making waves that a lot of people didn't see him making. Like he's shocking people because it's like, yeah, we didn't see this side of, like we don't see this side of Melo. We didn't get to see this.
Yeah,
we didn't get to watch, him. But now that we see it, it's like
that boy nice. He got the hustle. He going for rebounding. He in the paint.
He doing all that. He's doing like a step better than Lonzo because of the fact that this nigga he actually kind of focuses more on kind of like actually really trying to score, which Lonzo never really had that tangible. He had all the tangibles that Melo got, but the scoring. That's literally what a lot of people like Stephen A. Smith, to name another black intellect, that will get on him about like, damn, if you just worked on your shot, aka Markelle Fultz, you would actually be, something like his little brother. Like he would have probably been rookie of the year if he just used his size to his advantage a lot. Because he was the tallest point guard, if not the tallest guard, out of all the rookie classes since Tracy McGrady? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
tall as hell though, bro.
That's what I'm saying. They both 6'7". Yep, exactly. That's David. You're right. He actually has that's the thing. He actually has fun doing it. As like Lonzo, he didn't really have fun doing it, and it wasn't kind of Lonzo's fault. It was his dad's fault, unfortunately, because of the media. And he was in, LeVar was like, better than Steph Curry, better than LeBron. Once his dad, and that's what his dad is supposed to. You can't fault his dad for trying to say that his son is better than the other niggas. That ain't his son. He ain't got no business saying that his son is that any other else's son is better than his son. That's false. I would say the same thing, but at the same time, you got to be realistic in your head. What type of target did he have put on his back? What type of rookie class was he drafted in? If I'm not mistaken, Evan Mitchell was in that draft class. Who else was in that draft class that I need to start mentioning in this bitch? Jason Tatum was in that draft class. Oh, yeah. Like De'Aaron Fox was in that draft class. Think about it. I mean, what was he supposed to do? Like,
he had the ball
already, like, bar none. Like, I mean, come on now. He had dummy targets. Yeah. It's what it is. Now, if you see this rookie class this year that Melo came in, who are you really looking at right like that? Like, who's really like that cold? All
you can say Anthony Edwards got the dunk of the year, but besides that,
that's pretty much it. Like, who else is really like hard? Who else is hooping as hard as Melo?
Man, nobody. Yeah, he got it. He got it. There ain't nobody.
Come on now. Like, Melo got a cakewalk for the rookie of the year this year. That's his facts. Then his team is winning because he's actually getting triple doubles on the team this rookie year. And he's scoring more than 20 points a game. Lonzo never did that for us. I swear to God, if it was Melo and Lonzo reverse and we drafted LaMelo, he would still be on his team today.
Oh, that's big fact.
Hey.
we would have traded Kyle Kuzma.
Hey,
another black athlete that we have on the Lakers.
I'm gonna be 100% with you, Malcolm. You are actually right, but I'm gonna tell you something. Let's just be 100%, bro. We all know one thing about the Lakers, bro. If LeBron wants you, you're coming.
Oh yeah.
He don't care. He don't care what they got to give up. If LaMelo start making waves to a LeBron, like, hey, bro, I want you.
You feel me? Like, oh, I need you. I need you.
Everybody know LeBron. Hey, everybody know
just come sign to Rich Paul real quick in Clutch Sports. Come, you know.
Everybody knows.
Crazy, man. We got the pieces to trade to get some niggas. I'm just saying.
I'm being 100% with y'all. If y'all get LaMelo, bro, I'm not watching football. I'm not watching basketball no more. If the Lakers manage to get LaMelo ball, bro, I'm not watching basketball.
The Nets over there, man. You still got the Holy Trio over there. It's not like
I don't know if we get LaMelo. The homie said we might try to get Devin Booker one day. We're trying to get Devin if he ever come available. I don't know how that would be.
I don't know. Not yet.
No, bro. Devin
ego. What's more realistic is us trying to get Blake Griffin and hopefully he gets bought out of his contract. We need another big man, bro.
I don't think that's the big man for y'all, bro.
Well, you get DeMarcus Cousins.
I don't feel like.
Damn.
I don't feel like Blake Griffin is the big man for y'all, bro.
I mean, DeMarcus is not cool. It's just his knees, man. You know.
Yeah, you're right. But
the durability part, and he's still, and then he's like at the ladder of his career. So it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah. But Boogie's still gonna give you a Boogie size and his aggressive.
Be a true point guard. Yeah, y'all do low key. I mean, it is Luka, but not
really. Real life. We really do, but we can't do anything about that right now. So they're gonna keep using Luka, and you know what? Hey, I'm sorry, Luka is not black, but he is one of the best athletes that I've seen play basketball for the Mavericks in a very long time. And shout out to Luka for last night, man, with that game-winning 3-point from the fucking Maverick almost, bro. And he hit it in two people's face, bro. Like,
yeah, dude.
Hey, should Luka have made the starter over Dame Lillard though?
Nah,
that's what everybody's saying. They chose Luka over Damian, and everybody's like, I don't know. Nah. That was a big controversy.
Luka said he felt like Damian deserved that spot anyway. Mm-hmm. He said that. He said he was honored to get it, but he felt like Dame deserved that spot more than he did.
And he already knew, because the only reason why he knew is because, come on now, let's just do that. Yeah, they will burn him out early in his career because he needs to be just like LeBron. He needs to play more off the ball too. Just start playing your position a little bit more. That's why we got Dennis Schroeder over there. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole point. A lot of niggas was like, what's Dennis Schroeder gonna do? Another black athlete, he's German, but black as fuck. He's like the darkest nigga on our team, besides Montrez. But that's the whole point. I don't know who y'all really point guard over there is. What y'all got Trey Burke over still? No,
isn't it Brunson? Brunson or something?
Brunson is not the point guard that they need though. They need somebody.
He was yesterday. He was hitting them shots yesterday in that game. He was lighting them up, but
I don't know. It's like
he's better off the bench though. Kendall, he's better off the bench, bro.
Yeah.
Who y'all gonna start over him though, for real?
To be honest, I would say Trey Burke. To be honest, I'd give Trey Burke that spot, bro.
He was starting like 10 years ago. You need a little bit more of him.
We do, and we have a rookie, but I don't really like that rookie, bro. Like, he's not a true point guard, bro.
Play team ball.
That's true too.
It's true, but they don't have defense. That's the whole problem. If you got. But my thing is this: Damian Lillard is like such an offensive threat that people overlook defense nowadays. Like, that shit don't matter. That's why I don't really be playing these niggas like for real. Like, even Russell Westbrook, sometimes I kind of get on him, but he's kind of like perimeterally defensively not challenged. Like, he actually kind of plays deep. John Wall, before his knees got hurt, played defense. Patrick Beverly, he can shoot better. He will probably be better than most of these niggas. I'm sorry, because he plays better defense than these niggas. I really factor in the defensive part. That's why LeBron James is still highly regarded in my top 5 of all time, whether small forwards, shooting guards, black athletes. If you want to put him in basketball, he's up there because out of all of them. Then you put Scottie Pippen, because not only that you can play an offensive game, can you play defense?
You can not just defense, lock down defense.
When you do a Kawhi Leonard, if you can score on niggas and you can't and they can't score on you, you know how many times it's gonna be frustrating. Well, Russ is a PG. Sorry, it's not. It's no debate about that. I'm sorry. He's literally he's been listed as a point guard. He's been in the league. But anyway, I understand where you're coming from, but when you average when you average a triple double, you don't call yourself just a shooting guard. You're a point. Sorry, he's a point guard. That literally a point guard. That's a point guard. That's not.
That nigga's a guard. No, he's not a shooting guard. He's not a shooting guard.
Shooting guard because he literally cannot really hit a lot of corner shots.
He's a guard.
He's a guard. He's just a guard.
Just a guard.
So it's like a half disagree. It's a half disagree. I feel you, David. I feel you.
He's not a point guard, but he's a guard.
He's a guard. That's a guard. We'll just categorize him as a guard because I can't really put a two guarder because he plays the 2-2 because he plays off the ball. Especially when he was playing with James Harden, he was a 2 guard. So in that regard, yes, you are right. True. I mean, if you're a shooting guard, you got to know how to shoot the ball. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Russell Westbrook don't shoot good enough. He all right, but I don't trust him.
I'm sorry. Because even Devin Booker's a shooting guard. Because who's a point guard on the Suns right now? CP3. that's all I'm saying. You have shooting. That's a shooting guard is a shooting guard. Kobe
knew exactly what a shooting guard.
Okay, a slasher. He's the only 2 guard slasher, really.
I think the playmaking slasher.
He's the only slasher that can be a 2 guard because he's 6'4". All the other shooting guards that you can think of that play shoot. You want me to name another shooting guard that's the play shooting guard? CJ McCollum.
Devin is the shooter. Devin Booker is the shooter.
Klay Thompson, shooting guard.
Yeah.
You want me to keep it going? Daylight.
Isn't Tatum a shooting guard or a small forward?
He's a small forward, but you can. Jaylen Brown is more of the shooting guard. So that's another slasher. You got another point there. I'll give you that one. But he definitely shoots from beyond the perimeter too. So he can shoot a little bit. But he's a slasher. I'll give you that one. Because they kind of like interchange a little bit. Like,
yeah.
Like Jason Tatum plays like he plays like the stretch 4 position while Jaylen Brown plays like the 2. Because Marcus Smart sometimes plays the 2. And he shoots like him. He's the 3. That's another shooting guard. I just think Marcus Smart. Let me keep it going. Who else am I really forgetting right now? Melo? No, he's a small forward, so you can't categorize as him. Let me keep it going. Let me see. Who's our shooting guard that we have? KCP? All right, there we go. He's a shooter? Yeah. Let's see who else. I need to because I'm really coming around a lot of teams right now that I think of because I don't really watch a lot of teams. Trae Young, is he a shooting guard or a point guard?
He's a point guard, bro.
He's a point guard.
He's a point guard that can shoot.
Yeah.
That can shoot. So we're gonna guard. Let me see. The ones that I just named are shooters. CJ McCollum is a fucking shooter.
Bradley Beal. You already say Bradley Beal?
Bradley. Thank you.
Bradley Beal.
Come on now.
I forgot about him, and I can't believe I did that.
The leading scorer in the league.
Ray Allen was a shooter. He played shooting guard.
Facts.
He played shooting guard. So I mean, you're helping me out. I mean, if you want to go in the back of the days, Reggie Miller, shooting guard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm saying. You want me to? Dale Curry was a shooting guard. Steph Curry's father.
Come on now.
Play for the Hornets. What you want me to do? What should I say? And those are black athletes that I'm naming too. We're sticking on topic with this. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy thing about it. Should I even keep it going? Who else was a shooting guard? You can say Paul Pierce was because he played small and shooting guard. Paul Pierce, look through. Damn it. And it's crazy. The smallest shooting guard that you can ever fucking say, Allen Iverson.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, yeah, but I was gonna say he was listed as shooting guard, wasn't he?
Yes.
Or was he point guard? I don't remember.
He was never, bro, even when he was with the Nuggets. You know who their point guard was? Chauncey Billups. That's what I'm saying. Like these niggas is that's what I'm saying. Most of the shooting guards, what do they do a lot? They shoot the goddamn ball.
That's all I'm saying. These days, shooting guard position don't really have real shooters, mostly slashers. And that is the fact.
You gotta do both. You gotta be able to do both. Come on now.
It's like a little bit of both, David, because just like nowadays it's a hybrid position now. So in a sense, you are right. Yeah, you see a lot of these niggas, they know how to dunk that motherfucker. But at the same time, guess what? Nowadays, when Vince Carter lost his legs, all these dunkers are going to know how to need to shoot. If you're going to play shooting guard, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's just what it is, what is required of a shoot. Like, I see most of these shooting. If you look at all the shooting guards nowadays, the majority of these niggas is sometimes shooters. Eric Gordon, Buddy Hield. Because I forgot about them two niggas. Straight up shooting niggas. This to not bring up a shooting guard that's not black. Joe Harris. Some of these niggas just gotta shoot. You know what I'm saying? No matter what the case may be. But this is where the small forward position comes into play. Now, who's the best small forward? Sometimes you got to do a little bit of both. LeBron James, Paul George.
Is your shooting guard your go-to when you need a key bucket?
If Kyrie
it depends on the team, though, because, you know, when it comes down to the Philadelphia 76ers, Joel Embiid is their best scorer. So it can only go as far as to what team is playing. Now, you have the Mavericks. Luka is a small forward, so he's not a shooting guard. It just depends on who's the main position at the time. All right, you go to the Portland Trailblazers. They got either Dame, CJ, point guard and shooting guard, small forward, aka Mr. Melo.
Melo could still get it,
and he can still get it. So it's like it depends on what position. The majority of the time, you sometimes go to your shooting guard. So you could be right about that. It just depends on what team is like has the majority of the play share to that position. LeBron James has the majority of the time he has the ball in his hand, or Dennis Schroeder. So it's either point guard or small forward. Not a lot of times shooting guards even have the ball in their hand because they have to go find out where to do. Melo is definitely top 5. As far as what list are you? He's your top 5 favorite.
Like NBA players all time?
On your favorite? I don't know. I mean, like I say,
that's a personal opinion. That's his personal. So
that's your opinion. If that's your opinion, I wouldn't put him in my top 5. He's in my top 15.
And I always thought in their prime, who had it? Who was a better scorer, Melo or?
If you want to talk about in their prime,
hey.
Well,
Melo or Tracy McGrady?
Oh, damn!
Come on now. I feel like.
I would personal top 5. That's cool. I wouldn't put him in my top 5, but to each his own on that because Melo is a hooper. But as far as in their prime, man, Tracy had that juice, man.
Yeah, but you tweaking on that question.
Hey, you don't think Melo can?
Melo get buckets.
He got the Madison Square Garden record. Come on now.
Melo get buckets. You sure right about that, bro. But Tracy McGrady was just a different.
That was a different animal, dog. That was somebody that
you can't even. Like, I'm not saying you can't compare them because you can, but Tracy was a different beast, bro.
I don't know. It's like you couldn't guard Melo, but damn, you couldn't guard Tracy either. Like,
yeah, they were.
You know what
that's
I'm saying? So it's like
it's hard.
Who was more? Because Melo was more of a post. That like exactly, he was a bully. Exactly his weight. He was a bully ball type of player. So sometimes even Kobe had problems with guarding him sometimes. So it depends on what situations was it. Tracy McGrady was more finesse before his injuries started prolonging and didn't have his career go the way that he wanted it to. Because at a point in time, Kobe couldn't stop fucking Tracy McGrady. You think you couldn't stop? That's what I'm saying. It was so unguardable. Exactly. No, you can make it a word right now. It's a word.
Oh yeah,
unguardable. It's a word now.
Yeah, that's a word. Come on now. That's light. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to he was just always what happened with the playoffs though. I don't remember him ever getting no playoff run.
I mean, because he was usually because the only time that he really got playoff run was when we had faced them. I'm gonna say that was the first time we went against the Celtics, or the second.
I think that's when they had already had run our test.
Yeah, something like that. So, for some reason, I think he had got hurt during that series or something like that because you was still on the team.
But yeah, they both goats.
Yeah, so it's just like that nigga was unguardable if he wasn't hurt so damn much. If he wasn't hurt, man, no telling what he was going to end up doing. And then what else? And then it's like so many other athletes. If you want to hop into another sport, you want to go into football. That's some crazy shit over there. You know what I'm saying? First of all, let's just throw out this name real quick. And just know that he was a triathlete, if I'm not mistaken, or a dual athlete. And I'm not talking about Dion. That's one that I will throw out.
Bo? Talking about Bo? Come on now.
Bo fucking Jackson? Wow.
Don't know Bo. Come, you better ask somebody.
Man, Bo Jackson. I mean, as far as just pure athlete in any position of football, whether it's running back to wide receiver to offensive lineman to defensive lineman, I'm talking about you put Bo Jackson with the Cowboys offensive lineman, even in the 90s, even right now, this nigga would have had 20,000 plus career rushing yards. I'm talking about if his injuries didn't kill his career, just like David said, if he's talking about Tracy in the previous conversation, obviously, injuries fucked up his career too. Because if he wasn't so damn hurt playing football and fucking baseball at the time, and he was a good athlete in baseball too, just like Dion was in the World Series, just like Dion was. So it's just like, but the type of athlete that you was, not only that you couldn't tackle this nigga, he can juke you and run you over and still run as fast as anybody can. First of all, bigger and damn near taller than Tyreek Hill, mind you. He's bigger than him, buffer than him. And he ran the exact same, if not faster, in the 40 times when he was in his career.
Definitely.
Come on now. Honorable mention before I do this. At 40 years old, he still ran a 4.23 and a 40-yard dash at 40 years old, a.k.a. Darryl Green.
Damn.
He ran a what?
4.23.
Still ran a 4.23 at 40 years old.
Oh, damn.
40.
Give him his flowers. Give him his flowers now.
He's right on 40s, Malcolm, right now.
40.
That's feel bad. I need to run my 40 right now. Somebody come clock me because that's my soul.
At 40.
At 40, bro. Fucking at 40 years old, bro.
I don't even have to share my screen for that. You can look it up. It's there on YouTube.
We trying to.
Darryl Green is not only one of the best corners to not be really named like that because he's so low key and he never. Hey Tristan, how are you doing, sir?
Good.
That's good. Take your ass out of here, sir. Love you, my little neck. What?
Shout out to the kiddo, man.
Man, shout out to him. Darryl Green, an underrated corner, just like Dion, had the speed, was a Super Bowl champion with the Washington Redskins because another black quarterback was the first quarterback to not only go to the Super Bowl and win that bitch, Mr. Doug Washington, the GOAT. Thank you very
Come on now.
Think about it, man. Mind you, the first time he went to the Super Bowl was against the Black Hole Raiders. He wasn't going to make it. I'm sorry. Yeah, he wasn't gonna make it. That team was just too ruthless. They had what's his name? If I can't believe he's not somebody that I can think of. Tim Bradshaw, I think his name. Not Tim Bradshaw. He's a quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's his damn name? Howie Long was that dude. If he was black, I would be naming him as another athlete. But that's another story for another day. Doug Washington won the Super Bowl. Literally, I would name him as one of those athletes, Raheem West. I don't know who that is, but I'm trying to see.
I know homie. Maybe one of my homies. What's up, Raheem?
Raheem was good, bro. Deal. We over here talking about athletes all over the globe right now. We just thought we passed basketball, but we in football right now. Nation, I know you got to say it was good.
But if we're gonna talk about Dion, let's just talk about Dion, bro.
Man, Dion is that dude, man. I mean,
Dion too. Dion,
y'all gotta understand, bro. Dion is that dude on a whole other level now. Now that I've just really been following up with him and his sons, bro. Like, let's talk about it. Dion went from playing baseball and football, bro, to retiring from football to raise 3 boys. All 3 played football. All 3 are projected and really all three went to college.
Mm-hmm.
One of them, his oldest, is not playing football anymore. His middle child, Shiloh, is still playing football and will be transferred and has now transferred to Jackson State, where he coaches.
Right.
His youngest boy, Shador, which I feel like is primetime 2.0 for real, he plays quarterback. He has now switched his commit from Florida Atlantic to Jackson State, where
you're about to go to FAU.
Coaches. So you tell me, you build your legacy from college to the NFL. Now you're helping your sons build their legacy while you're still building yours as a football coach. Because as a football coach, Dion has not lost a lot of games. Dion has 3 state championships, and I do not know if they won the national championship or not. I will have to look that up, and that'll be something I'll tell y'all about in just a little bit, because that's something I'm really gonna have to look up, because I think they didn't, but I don't want to lie to y'all. But Trinity came about and won 3 state championships back to back. Now this man goes to Jackson State, who has not won a state championship or a national championship in years.
Mm-hmm.
And his first game, they beat them 40-0. True enough, the team was just now it's an old team that was getting their team back together, but they came out and still tried to play ball. No matter what the game says, if you come out to play football in your past, you got to take whatever stripes you take. And that's coming from a football player. So for me, I feel like he's gonna I feel like Jackson State this year might have a chance. And he doesn't have all of his transfers yet, because some of the transfers from NCAA can't play that first year.
Mm-hmm.
Due to NCAA and SWAC rules. Shador is still graduating from high school this year. So once he graduates, he's going to go from Texas to Mississippi. Shiloh has transferred, but Shiloh transferred from a D1 college. And he does play corner, by the way. He is the only one of Dion's sons that played corner. His first son played wide receiver, and he was a kickoff specialist. I'm telling you this now. I played against the boy in Cedar Hill. Bucky would burn you. If he caught that punt and he found an opening and you didn't catch him at the right angle,
he gone.
Would take off. One thing I can say about all the Dion kids, they all have some type of speed. But Shador is bigger than normal than all of his sons. Shador is the biggest out of all of them, like height wise. He's not as fast as his dad, but he got some wheels, and what he needs to do is start to open his stride up more as he's running. Because if you look at him run, like if you go watch on Overtime Prime Time 2.0, which is pretty much Dion's channel, but it's about Shador and Dion's journey at Trinity, you can see him run. He's fast, but he's not fast enough. But this boy has had training from the likes of Tom Brady, who just won the Super Bowl.
Right.
And other people that I know he's training with to get himself right to go to the league and to go to college next year. Not only that, you have your father, who is an NFL Hall of Famer.
Man. So you just soaking up game all over the damn place.
He got all types of Hall of Famers around him telling him the game.
Oh, yeah.
Man, what? I know Randy Moss had hit him up every once in a while. Something. That's another athlete that I was just.
That's another one, Randy Moss. Yeah. Didn't he just get into the Hall of Fame?
Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith. Man.
You got to put some respect on Eric Dickerson.
Oh yeah, Eric
Dickerson. The most rushing yards in the season. My Ram. Come on now, Ram all-time running back.
We got to respect Ram though.
Rest in peace to this man, Sean Taylor, the
man,
hard-hitting safety.
Oh yeah,
God,
he was sweet. He made Ed Reed look like he just wasn't hitting hard enough.
Oh, yes. And that's doing something, because Ed Reed
that's doing something. Him and Brian Dawkins.
But Brian, I'm gonna be honest with you though. I feel like Sean Taylor kind of set that stage, bro. Like Sean Taylor was knocking people off in the freaking Pro Bowl. Everybody else I'm getting my licks in. I don't give a care. I'm not caring what we here for. This is a football game. If you gonna run that ball, I'm gonna take your head off.
That's some G shit. That's how it should be too.
Like it's so many. Like we could be on this podcast till 10 o'clock naming black people, man. Y'all understand? It's a lot of black athletes that are great, man. Like,
all right, so let's try to do. Can we narrow it down? Is there 4 that stand out? You think, or is this too many?
Are we doing present, past, or future, or like right now? Like seriously.
I was just saying, in my mind, it was just whoever in your childhood. So back in the past, now.
Oh yeah,
I don't.
So
okay, I'm gonna go first so I can go and get.
Yeah, you go your phone, and then we see what we at.
Are we doing all sports? Are we doing black athletes top 4? Or are we just doing football? So I can go and be on. So I can just be real, because my brain is going everywhere right now.
Yeah, I was picking from just all sports. Whoever stood out.
Sports.
Okay, all sports. Let me go and start off. For me, and this is present number 1, and I'm gonna continue to say this shit. Kofi Kingston, you can kiss my ass if you feel the other way.
Don't say LeBron. Don't say LeBron.
Number 2, no, I'm not gonna say LeBron. No, not gonna say LeBron. Number 2, Bill Russell. All time. If we're talking about all time, everybody ain't don't nobody everybody talking about LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, etc., but nobody ever named Bill. And this man had more rings than everybody.
Bill's that guy.
I like
Bill is the Tom Brady of the NBA. I'm gonna put it like that. And Tom Brady's not black, but that's just the only analogy that I can say right now.
And the reason winning that shit because he won as a coach too. So it's like,
but that's smart though. Did nobody say you had to win ships just being a player? If your love for that sport goes farther than playing,
even though he won as a player 9 fucking times. So it didn't matter. It don't matter.
So like I said, Kofi Kingston, Bill Russell. If we go in football, damn, that's hard.
Yeah, that's hard.
It's too many to name, bro. But honestly, since this was like one of my childhood heroes, bro. Like, I'm not saying LeBron. No. Everybody.
He said Muhammad. He said Ali. That's a good one too.
Okay, Ali is one too. You're right. I give you that because I really forgot about boxing. We ain't talked about boxing all night. But
yeah,
Ali is one of them. If we going that far, then I got one more right now that if you don't agree with me on this one, then you don't watch UFC.
John
Ass style bender.
Oh my God.
He's real at his son. That man is a walking body.
The style bender he's a style
man
bender. I think he
beats like everybody he fights always has something to say other than Anderson Silva. Has something bad.
That's who he fought. I think that was the last fight that Silva had. That was against him.
Yes, that was him. But that was a passing of the torch match. But everybody has said something bad about him. He's too skinny. He don't have no knockout power. He's not gonna be able to stop me when I try to take him down. He's a one-trick pony. But the man, every time, and it's not even just about the fighting. Like I literally like follow this man because I watch him because he's a real athlete. Like this man still learns new martial arts. He's still training new things. Like you got to give him his flowers now because eventually there is going to be somebody that's going to give him the fight that he's looking for. And I don't know who that is just yet, but he's been running through competition because people can't train for him. You feel like he gonna do one style, but then he does another.
Yeah,
gonna choke you out.
He's so versatile.
He's so versatile. It's hard to pick a style to train for. So if you gotta train for all those styles, your training camp is gonna be all over the place. Meanwhile, he over there living his life, dancing, whooping people ass.
Shit.
And it's hard because like I still got so many other black athletes that I want to answer for. But those are my 4. Like those are my 4 that I gotta take, honestly. But my honorable mention, honestly, Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Best defensive boxer after Ali. and the best counter
Jack. Come on now.
and the best counter puncher in boxing. I said what I said. I'm done. I said what I said.
He is though. He is though.
Hello. Another honorable mention, Gervonta Davis.
Yeah.
Once he started truthfully listening to Floyd and start understanding how Floyd boxed and start mimicking that with
Tank Davis.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Tank. Yeah, he good. I like him.
Tank has the potential to be. I'm not gonna say better than Floyd Mayweather, but power wise, yes. If he can emulate Floyd and continue that power, bro, he will be a force to be reckoned with for years to come, bro. He won't have to retire like Floyd. He can. Yeah. But I feel like if the boy can use his jab more, set his punches up more with that jab, because you see most of the fight, he goes for the knockout punch. He does jab in like the second, third round, but that first round, he going for a knockout punch. Because he want to test your chin. But if he sets
Roy Jones, okay.
Roy Jones too.
The 90s, yeah.
Yeah, Roy Jones too, you're right. But you know what I'm saying? Like, I love Roy Jones, but I could have said Mike Tyson. I ain't even say Mike. I should have put respect on Mike's name. But you got to understand, I'm not like Roy Jones was one of the best. Like, it's three of the best defensive fighters, and we have Ali, Roy Jones, Mayweather. Yeah. And I'm not, and that order is always going to be that way. But Mayweather has elevated the defense game. Roy Jones did too. Roy Jones took from Ali, studied Ali just like everybody else did, and just found a way to do it on his own to be flashy. Mayweather has literally started to make money off this shit.
Big money.
Mayweather perfected that shit and started making money by just beating people up for 12 rounds and $1 million profits. If he want to knock you out, he could choose to, but Mayweather never does. The only people he try to knock out is people that when he makes it personal.
Oh yeah, he was stopping that sorry ass Conor McGregor fight. He wasn't going to distance that fight. Get your sorry ass out.
Hey, if you watch that, if you go to I think it's Showtime and watch the Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, like little epilogue at the end when they show the fight, bro, like by round 4, Mayweather came back and sat down. He started smiling. And his dad said this, and this is when I know they was playing with him. You know what to do now. Turn up on a nigga. He tired now. He gonna get tired. They kept saying he gonna get tired. 4th round. He said, you already know what to do now.
Yeah. He was like, it's morphin' time.
Real life. Like, nigga turned to a full Power Ranger and beat him up for the rest of the fight. Like, that was nothing that he could do. He gave him 4 rounds to prove to him what he was gonna do, and then beat him up.
Yeah,
up 10 rounds.
I was happy. I love to see that, man.
I watched that fight over and over again.
For real.
The Charlo twins are good too. They just need more more guidance.
And you got Spence and Crawford in there too right now.
Spence and Crawford. I need them to fight.
Yeah, for real.
That fight right there needs to happen. That fight right there will be the solidification for either one of them to prove that they're the top in that division, because the Charlos already said they're not gonna fight Earl. They don't want to fight Gervonta. The younger brother did because he's in their class. He's like a weight class above them. But he said he wouldn't go down to fight either one of them. And that's understandable because you got to think about it. You lost your belt to Tony Harrison. To Tony Harrison of all people, bro.
Yeah,
I would have gave it to, like, if you would have fought, because he kept talking, he was screaming about a Pacquiao fight a long time ago too, but he stopped that noise when Pacquiao had Bronner doing this. So in that sense, bro, you have to think about it. You can't expect him to go after somebody like Gervonta, who's been putting people to sleep every fight. He's only had one fight to go the distance. The rest of his fights, everybody went to sleep.
Yeah, I like Tank, bro. I like Tank a lot.
Tank has the potential to do some. Oh yeah, Devin Hanley too. But the only thing I don't like about Devin Haney Raheem is Devin Haney, like he only goes for he say he want to fight everybody. He say he want to fight Tank, but the people that he's fought have not been Tank quality or anybody that he's calling out quality fights. Like him and Ricky Garcia. Is it Ricky Garcia? Is the boy named Ricky Garcia? What is that boy's name?
Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia.
Danny Garcia. It is Danny Garcia you're talking about?
Yeah, him and Danny Garcia would be a better fight than him fighting. Hanley and Danny would be a better fight than Hanley fighting Gervonta. Because people gotta understand. Yeah, you getting hit and you throwing punches, bro. But your chin, Gervonta got the knockout of 2020 with that uppercut he hit Pedraza with.
That Santa Cruz.
Yeah, that Santa Cruz uppercut when he hit him and he folded him like a lawn shirt.
Yeah. That's the most vicious punch. When you get hit with that uppercut, by that strong uppercut, I think that's the most dangerous punch. Oh man.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all exactly what Gervonta said when he uppercutted him, bro. He was fighting the eye, bro. Come on, chill out, bitch. Oh, bitch, sit down. Tired of playing with you. Let me go over here and sit down. You
trying to go night.
That nigga some NyQuil. He went to school.
Past your bedtime, son.
Let's get back on track, y'all. So y'all name y'all 4 athletes, and we're gonna continue this on so we can wrap up in a little bit. We don't keep getting no track.
But hey, I respect your list, bro. I respect your list.
Thank you.
For me, people who just stood out, I don't remember really messing with golf like that. So, like I said earlier in the show, Tiger Woods transcended that sport.
Mm-hmm.
But he put our culture onto that. You know, we on Sports Center talking about, all right, who won the Masters? When is Woods getting the next green jacket? You know, we didn't know shit about no green jacket. At least I didn't until Tiger Woods started. You know,
facts.
So, I think Tiger Woods, man, he definitely somebody up there, and especially in all these sports we're talking about. Golf is a one-person sport. You don't got no teammates. You can hope that if you're a quarterback and you throw a bad pass, hope your receiver get it. You don't got to get no blockers. You don't have to have no good point guard getting you good looks. You know, and golf, it's just you, the ball, and you got to judge the wind and all the elements, and that's it. Yeah. So I give Tiger Woods respect for that. And in that same breath, you got to give Serena, like we talked about. Serena's up there. I got to give Serena her flowers. She's been doing this shit for decades. For the longest, I was waiting for her to play. I think she could have beasted against the dudes. Like I wanted her to go face up with people like Roger Federer and some of the top guys because I think she could hang and she could have beat a lot of them. So Serena's up there too. Mm-hmm. One person I think we ain't really talked about in this sport that I think really needs to get his flowers, and I just respect him, his game and everything. It's not going to be Hank Aaron in baseball. I love Hank Aaron. You know, he the all-time leading, in my eyes, home run leader, if you don't count Barry Bonds. Mm-hmm. But I give my flowers to Ken Griffey Jr. You know, Ken Griffey Jr. grew up in that era when it was steroid city. You know, it was people was juicing, people was taking all kinds of supplements, people wasn't playing the game fair, and he was one of them like, nah, I didn't grow up like that. My daddy was in the league. We played fair, we played right, we put in the work. And he put in the work. He ended his career with 600. He was one of the first most rich black athletes. He got one of the largest contracts in baseball history. I think he was the leader. He was the most paid athlete in baseball at one point. So I think Ken Griffey Jr. definitely got to get his.
Hey, I'm sorry for interrupting you, Kendall, but I did want to read Raheem's post.
I know. I was going to see it. He said Bobby Lashley.
Hey, you know,
they might give him his push. They said he might be in WrestleMania. That he might be trying to get a title this year. They said.
Actually, can I update you on that? Since I know a lot of people don't watch wrestling right now, but I do.
All right, let's go.
So last Sunday that just passed was the Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
And it was Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, who else?
AJ Styles
and Sheamus. Now, let me tell you how it swerved. Everybody lost, but the champion Drew McIntyre, who retained again in his dominant fashion, which he got screwed because
that was dumb. I hated that.
So Bobby Lashley came out and pretty much decimated, already beaten up Drew McIntyre. And then The Miz came out and cashed in. But what we found out on Raw last night was The Miz made an agreement with the Hurt Business for Bobby Lashley to beat up and pretty much help him win the championship, and in return, he would give him a WWE title match. So last night, Bobby Lashley came to collect because, of course, the Miz can't come out without running his mouth. So he came out talking about how that he's surpassed all his predecessors. He named people like John Cena, like The Rock, like Stone Cold, like Bobby Lashley, and he said a couple of other names. He talked for like 5 more minutes. Bobby Lashley comes out and says, "Now look, Miz, you got it." No, MVP said, "Look, Miz, you coming out here talking about you too good. You're not Bobby Lashley's not better than you." So spinning it well. So Bobby Lashley grabbed the mic and he said, "Miz, we made a deal, and I'm coming to collect. So you're gonna either give me a match tonight, or I'm gonna beat your ass." Literally, gave him an hour, and the hour came. He told him he needed more time. Then Braun Strowman came out talking about he wanted a match, so they did a match: Bobby Lashley versus Braun Strowman. Bobby Lashley beat Braun Strowman, and then decimated him again. And now it's gonna be Bobby Lashley versus The Miz next Monday on Raw. Now, if you don't watch Raw, if you want to see that match,
it's for the title.
It's for the title.
Oh yeah.
So what I'm seeing is, I don't think The Miz walking out of there with that title, bro.
Oh no, Drew McIntyre gonna have a disqualification. He coming out to get some revenge on Bobby Lashley. Come on now.
He just might. But if they do that, then it's gonna spin this way. It's gonna be The Miz versus Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley for the WWE Championship at the next pay-per-view.
Oh yeah,
I want to be 100% with you. It's looking like, honestly, Bobby Lashley is going to either Bobby Lashley or Drew McIntyre is going to win that match. Because no matter how much John Morrison interferes for The Miz,
ain't gonna be enough.
You're not going to be able to outlast. Because first off, even though Drew McIntyre has nobody backing him up, he's a pretty tough son of a bitch, and he can fight on his own. But with Bobby Lashley, if it's not a cage match, not only do John Morrison have to deal with MVP, who is injured but will still jump in if he has to. He has to deal with Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Entertainer, which are all four of those dudes I just named are African American men. So,
yep.
I see Bobby coming out of that match.
Yeah, I do too.
Winning. And the Hurt Business are going to make sure of that. And if they make sure of that, Bobby Lashley is going to reign to be the WWE champion for a long time until this happens. And he's not black, but right now on Raw, he's really the reason why Raw is really alive, and he hasn't been there in a while, and that's why Raw had really been doing good. That's why they got the Bobby Lashley stuff going on. The Fiend Bray Wyatt has been taking over WWE with an iron glove.
Yeah, that character, man, they developed him good.
And now that they've made Alexa Bliss his counterpart, and she's on there doing stuff for him, if you've noticed the last couple of weeks, she's summoning him back. So Randy Orton, if you didn't watch it last night, Randy Orton coughed up black goo last night after talking about the Fiend and Alexa.
Oh yeah,
I seen that shit.
The Monday before that, Alexa was in a Devil Star, which is normally used for worshiping and trying to bring something back. And if you understand what the storyline is, the Fiend is a monster, a spirit, or the man in the woods, as Bray Wyatt said like maybe 6 years ago. So when he comes back, the championship is his. Because what I see happening is he's going to come back and go on a rampage. He has 3 people that he needs to get back before he can go for the championship. Randy Orton, which he's going to handle first. Goldberg.
That's what I was going to say. I didn't like how they did him on that. They had
Goldberg, which embarrassed him and took his title from him. And last but not certainly least, Roman Reigns, which is another black superstar.
Dun, 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 dun. They had a table.
And what's going to happen, and I can see it already because WWE likes making people 2-time like double champions. He's going to go and beat up the people that he needs to beat up because Goldberg is going to come back eventually. And whenever Goldberg comes back, he's going to take care of him because Goldberg's not a 365 wrestler. He's a seasonal wrestler.
Right, part-time.
He's gonna take apart Randy Orton, and then he's gonna go for the WWE Championship. He's gonna beat whoever has that. He's gonna reign supreme on that, and then he's gonna catch Roman on SmackDown, and he's gonna take the Universal title, and then that's when they're gonna break him apart by bringing other forms of other people in to make sure that he loses at least one, and it's probably gonna be the Universal because they want SmackDown to have a championship.
That'll be sick. Yeah, I feel you on that. It's definitely Bobby. Has Bobby Lashley ever won the championship?
No, but he won.
Oh
the
yeah, he did.
Intercontinental and
United States.
in the United States.
He ain't never been.
I'm sorry. Me being disrespectful. TNA, the TNA World Heavyweight title, the TNA X Division title. He was a TNA Tag Team Champion.
I wasn't even thinking.
It was a point where he won all the belts in TNA by himself.
He was just running through them.
He ran through everybody and won every singles title and was a tag team champion with somebody that he didn't even like. No, he was with somebody.
Tag team champion.
No, it was Kenny King. It was Kenny King who was his tag team champion at that time. But then he beat Kenny King up because he said Kenny King was a show off and he didn't like show offs.
For sure. So just real quick, like my last one, because my first three, I had Serena, I had Tiger Woods, I had to put on there, I had to put Ken Griffey Jr. And my last one is my boy. I gotta put Kobe on there.
Yeah, okay.
Y'all see what Kyrie Irving posted today? Kyrie posted a little photo of who should be the logo. You know, we had enough of this white man representing a black league. Make no sense why Jerry West is still the logo. I respect the man. I love him. You know, he classic, he old school, but
he paved the way. But
yeah, so I'm gonna respect him. But it's a new day, it's a new time, and
it's Mamba time, bro.
Kobe, the Mamba Mamba mentality, the school of Kobe. How many of the best athletes in the league now have gone to the school of Mamba mentality?
Yeah, a lot of
So his influence on this generation, you know, this people who play today, Kobe is the GOAT. Kobe over MJ. You know, when we go to the park,
MJ only took who he wanted under his wing. Kobe
took everybody. Kobe would play with. Kobe didn't care who you were in basketball.
He gonna put the work in.
He didn't have any hard feelings towards anybody. If he ever had a fight with somebody, they made up, and people would tell you Kobe is probably one.
Raja Bell was like the biggest Kobe hater fighter of all time. But
the Matt Barnes, when Matt Barnes tried to have him flinch, and Kobe was the G. You got
Kobe like, bro, you must understand who you playing with.
Man,
you must understand who you playing with. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, bro. Go play.
Yeah, you know who I am.
And he scorched his ass for the rest of the game.
Shit. And when we go around, we making trash balls. We throwing stuff in the laundry. We at the park. We don't say Jordan. We don't say LeBron, KD. Everybody. Kobe.
Saying Kobe.
Hey, Kendall, I'm gonna tell you something, bro. When I play basketball with the kids at my school, sometimes, do you know what move I do mostly?
The little fadeaway.
I back them up. I back them up all the way to where I can get it, depending on where I feel like getting them to. Either in the corner, I'll back them up all the way to like almost the paint. I'll flinch. As soon as they turn around,
a little dream shake. Give him a little dream shake. Come here.
Give him a little quick shake. Kobe, it's gonna go in because that shot I practiced so much. Everybody has practiced the Kobe fadeaway. If you ain't got the Kobe fadeaway in your arsenal as a basketball player, you are not a basketball player.
It's real though. That's the basic fadeaway.
Come on now. Yeah, so those are my goats right now. My honorable mentions, I'll throw some in there. Because you were talking about Bill Russell, and then my mind went to what's his name? Abdul Jabbar. Like Kareem in college, in high school. He went undefeated in high school. Undefeated. I think he lost one game at UCLA his whole 4 years, and he didn't even play the game they lost because he had a bad eye. So he made undefeated at UCLA. And he comes to the league and goes to the worst team. And the first year he's on the Milwaukee Bucks, he takes them to the finals. They don't win. But Kareem he all-time leading NBA scorer, the captain of the Showtime Lakers. His longevity, played 20 years in the league, over 20 years.
Man, ain't nobody cracked the 100-point shit.
Shit.
And ain't nobody gonna crack that.
Oh, Chamberlain? Oh, yeah, Chamberlain. Ain't nobody gonna beat Chamberlain's.
You gotta be a special type of player, bro. Will Chamberlain did something that a lot of people are always trying to do, but the closest person to do it and we just talked about him.
Kobe. Come on. And Kobe, that game, that fool only scored 27 in the first half.
Yeah,
he only had 27. That fool could have had 100. That fool had only 27 in the first. He scored like 55 in the second half.
Exactly. He didn't give a fuck about nothing.
But you gotta understand.
And they was down by 13 at that.
But you gotta also understand though, like Kobe in that time, their team wasn't as
we wasn't good. We weren't
good. So Kobe was like, look, I know we don't have certain pieces to this puzzle like we used to. Let me go in and play my game. If y'all feel like y'all can't do nothing, I bet you he got in the doggone huddle and was like, look, coach, shut up, sit down.
Because he looking on the bench, you got Chris Mim on his left, Kwame Brown on his right, Luke Walton looking at Luke Walton like,
God, what are you even here for? What are you here for? Why are you on the court? Go home.
And we drafted him in the first round. That was the fucking terrible.
Hey, but Kobe probably walked in the huddle and the coach was like, all right, guys. He was like, hey, coach, shut up. I got this. Just go sit down.
I think Phil was our coach at that time, too.
Uh-huh. He probably was like, look.
Like Rudy Tomjanovich. I forgot who it was.
He was like, but that was here before because we ended up getting, we only had him for a year.
Yeah.
And we got Phil right back after 2 years.
But that nigga was probably like, hey, look, I don't really care what y'all do for the rest of the game, but this is the game plan. Give me the fucking ball. If you touch the ball for longer than 2 dribbles, I'm going to clock your ass. Give me the ball. Y'all are not doing anything. We're down let me play.
Yeah, exactly.
Matter of fact, don't even touch the ball. Somebody inbound that everybody else run down that way.
Everybody get a rebound.
You notice that Lamar Odom, every time he brought the ball up, he gave it right to Kobe.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Facts.
Lamar was like, I don't know about y'all, but I'm gonna pass this nigga the ball because hey, you already know Kobe got in the locker room and you didn't do what he asked you to do. You probably got cussed out or beat up on.
Practice that next day. Kobe was in your ass.
The entire practice, he was in your ass. Now come on, I'm guarding you all practice. Come on, let's go. Mm-hmm. He guarding you on solo he guarding you on solo training sessions. Nah, you don't get on solo training. Come on, let's go.
For real.
What I do? You pass me the ball. Hey, Kobe, I watched some of Kobe practice videos too, but he's talking mad shit.
Oh,
all practice. And you get mad, talk shit all practice, and hope you get pissed off. Just to fucking drop 40 on you in practice and make you go hit the showers.
Yeah,
bro. Imagine practicing with Kobe getting hit 40. Like, bro,
man,
god damn, like. I gotta guard this nigga again, bro. Can we switch? Like,
I know. Come on. Let me be on Kobe's team. Come on, can we switch? I'm tired of getting lit up.
Oh yeah, his last game when he scored 60 points. Oh yeah,
that's a memory I always remember, bro. I always remember that. I remember that same night the Golden State Warriors were trying to set the record for most wins in the season, and everybody was like, "I don't give a fuck. I'm watching Kobe." And Kobe gave them a show. Kobe gave them a show.
And we were down at that game too and won.
Man, when those first 5 shots, I was scared. When he went like 0 for 5 the first, I was like, oh shit.
It was a wrap.
Hey,
it was a little stressful, but he came around.
But y'all know what's really messed up though, bro? Like, and then we're gonna go and let Malcolm do his 4. This is what really messed me up, bro. Gigi died, bro, and she was gonna be a menace, bro.
Man.
She was going to, bro. She was giving us buckets at her age. So just think with her dad by her side till she's 18, 19, 20. Bro.
Man, it was going to be a wrap.
Colleges lined up. WNBA lined up teams wanting to grab her. You know she was going to Los Angeles because that's where they stay at. You know she wanted to be like her dad. She wanted to wear number. She was going to wear, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, she was the one, man. She had the game, she had the skills.
But his youngest baby gonna be the one though, because the oldest one wasn't. The youngest girls, because they all play basketball.
Yeah, the oldest one did other stuff though. She wasn't really.
She was in volleyball.
Yeah, volleyball.
But them younger two, they play basketball. So that younger baby gonna ball. Watch.
All right, now, Who you got?
So my top 4, man, it's like they're not out of the box or anything like that. It's just people that I didn't even think I wasn't thinking of until just now, kind of. But I was having problems with my fucking computer. That's why I tapped out. Anyway, first one, Sugar Ray goddamn Leonard.
Ooh, you went Sugar Ray.
You gotta understand how crazy he was.
I ain't mad at that.
You look at the Olympics, you look at his boxing career, even when he even got older, it was just like something about Sugar Ray Leonard. Not only that he was so swift and he can beat your ass too, it just made it all the better. Really was probably one of the best welterweights in his class from like the 70s to like the late 80s. He really dominated that shit. He beat the lights of Roberto Duran. Not the first time, you know, they kind of hold him a little bit, but the second or third time made the nigga quit. Like he didn't even, he was the first and only boxer that made somebody say no mas in another language. Like in another whole other language. I don't think nobody can do that. Number 2, I gotta throw in Bo. Bo is definitely in there.
Big Bo, yeah. Okay.
I think that goes without saying. So I don't think I need to talk about him too much. It was another athlete, number 3, that also was a football player that I just mentioned earlier. Darryl Green, probably one of the best athletes I've ever seen. That was so underrated. One of the best sleeper corners. Because he kept up with your fastest receiver and damn near was that good at like holding your corners. He damn near had Deion skills. He just didn't talk like Deion too. He was just under the radar. And he was a Super Bowl champ. And then number 4, last but not goddamn least, man. And people are gonna be like, you might be right about that. And I'm saying this. Michael J. White.
Yes. Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, sir.
Michael J. White.
J. White.
Yes, the movie star, but he is really a bro. Like,
bro,
that man.
Michael J. White.
Hey, I forgot. That's crazy. You brought him up, bro.
Michael J. White is that dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You don't have to see him fight. You know not to fuck with him.
If anybody in the world ever picks a fight with Michael J. White, I pray for your soul.
Mind you, let's just go into the detail of his body structure. The same size as John Bones Jones, a little bit heavier. They all right on the same height. Mind you, John Jones is like 15 years, if not 20 years younger than Michael J. White. And I promise you, when he was training against Jay White, and Jay White said it in the DJ Vlad interview.
Mm-hmm.
Every kick and every punch that I was outboxing him and everything. I was because I got that skill. I train these guys. These guys are good. Because they get this shit from him. He's literally that. Yeah. You can't tell me that he comes from the hood. Mind you, he comes from the hood. So he was a bouncer for a security for the hardest club in Brooklyn, New York. And beat up everybody. From niggas that even taller than him, because it doesn't matter. He really had that structure on he was the Black Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna say this.
That's a throwback for me. I was not expecting that name.
Hey,
man, I didn't know who else to really think. I couldn't just pull out another football player. It was a lot of honorable mentions that I would make.
I'm surprised nobody. We did not even talk about Jerry Rice. I mean,
Jerry Rice.
It's a lot of people. Like I said, it's a lot of people that we're not gonna name, but y'all know who we're talking about. But Malcolm, one thing you were right about on Michael J. White, bro. Let me tell you something. Anybody that will physically come out in an interview, a Vlad interview, or just any interview in general, and say they will fight Mike Tyson for free with no fear in their soul, it's something wrong with them.
He played Mike Tyson.
You're right about that.
In the biopic.
You're right. But what I'm saying is this, though. There's no other man alive, bro, that will fight Mike Tyson for free.
No.
Other than Michael J. White. And the bad thing about it is, I'm a little bit afraid for Mike Tyson in this fight. But the thing about it, yes, Mike Tyson is a boxer and he has a bunch of.
He's not trained like Michael J. White.
But Michael J. White is a walking weapon, bro.
Man,
That is a walking weapon.
I haven't seen enough I'm gonna pick up some
Bro,
more of him.
Kendall, listen to me. And Malcolm will back me up with this. When we get off of this podcast, go on YouTube and just put in Michael J. White. I promise you're gonna call us or come back to us and be like, bro.
Cold.
Yeah, that's the first thing I'm gonna do. I always see him from the movies, so I know him as an actor. I don't know how real he is.
Another honorable mention, bro. Best feet in the NFL. I still feel this way. Chad Ochocinco.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
best feet in the NFL receiver wise. Even to this day, because I don't care what nobody say. We got a lot of receivers that can get off the ball, bro. But there's not a lot of receivers, bro, that can talk trash to you, to great corners, until you come right here. I'm running a slant, 5 yards, and still get that catch.
Oh yeah.
Honorable mentions Jerry Rice and Randy Moss for me. And that's it.
Randy Moss and Jerry Rice paved the way for Ochocinco, because let's be 100%, bro. Randy Moss didn't really he had some good feet, but he didn't really care about beating you on the line. He was gonna moss you regardless.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice didn't really care about breaking your ankles. He was so physical and so quick, he could engage with you and then push you off real quick and take off. Yeah, Shady McCoy back in the day, you sure right. But Ochocinco feet, bro, by far best feet in the NFL to this day.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think I'm wrong, you can email me, you can DM me, send me any videos of anybody's feet that's even close to his feet.
Shit, Terrell Owens.
I was gonna say T.O. too. T.O. was up there.
But he's similar, but T.O. had a little more strength.
He was more physical.
But T.O. had a little more strength.
He was a physical receiver. He wasn't.
He was more physical than foot fire.
So Tico had speed on top of that too, mind you.
It was to the point where Chad would tell you his route, hit you with a foot fire, and still break your ankles in the midst of that foot fire that you knew was coming.
Mm-hmm.
And don't let him run a slant or a post, because you are not stopping there.
Yeah, he's going. Yeah, he was a great.
Or a corner, because he gonna hit you with the foot fire, go inside. He mess around and fake outside and make you think he going outside, going across the field, and then cut inside on you. It was so hard to judge his feet.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of corners hated that about Chad.
Honorable mention: Steve Smith and Darrell Reeves, just because Raheem said it.
Oh yeah, Reeves back in the day. Reeves Island. Oh no.
Another honorable mention: Dante Hall.
Yeah, the human joystick.
Dante Hall.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah. You're not gonna give Dante Hall his flowers, because Dante Hall was the kick returner that paved the way for people like Chris Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Another honorable mention: black man. Steve Smith too.
Yes.
I'm gonna say rookie Odell Beckham Jr. just due to the fact that rookie Odell Beckham Jr. came to play and not to be a diva. Rookie Odell Beckham Jr. was focused on playing football. He was not focused on being a diva. And that's Odell Beckham Jr. problem now. He's focused more on the limelight than playing football. Ezekiel Elliott's too. That's both of their problems.
And then for the Patrick Mahomes of today and the Kyler Murrays, you got to give Michael Vick. Michael Vick, back.
Hey, Michael Vick, man, was asleep. Yeah, that was somebody that was a sleeper for me. I didn't know if I wanted to throw him in there or not.
Michael Vick back in the day was the GOAT, man. Yeah, he brought a lot of new generation.
He made niggas on mad in the pitch if you played against him.
Oh, you don't know about them days, bro. He couldn't play it. Nah, we're not playing. You pick somebody else.
No,
but hey, so what we're gonna do now is for y'all, because I know we've been on this mother damn near 2 hours almost. It feel like it for us because we've been on here just giving y'all good facts, but we're gonna give y'all our closing arguments, and we're gonna go on and gain, and we're gonna have to we might all get on the call after this because we need to plan another one because this one was lit. So
all I know is because if we talk about the Mount Rushmore of hip hop, it's gonna be another hour.
Yeah. How about this? When's the next time all three of us are free? Because we can do the Mount Rushmore in a separate episode. Because that's gonna be another hour, bro. Real life. It's a lot of black rappers that we can talk about.
Yeah,
just rappers or just hip hop. Period. If you want,
just hip hop. Period. Real talk. So we'll do that episode for y'all. That'll be episode 12, and we'll kind of add something else with it if we have time. Because y'all see, once we get started with a topic, and it's juicy like this, when we can't really stop black athletes, is a very, very, very lengthy topic. So, Malcolm or Kendall, whoever want to give their closing arguments first. If you want to talk about another black athlete, if you want to give some type of information about what we talked about, y'all go ahead and we'll go from there.
Hey, I'll just say my go for it, Malcolm.
Oh yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'll let you close it out, Malcolm.
Yeah.
Again, I'm blessed to be on it. Thank y'all for this conversation. We had some big facts today. I love it with the discussion. Again, my Mount Rushmore. Again, I love everybody's opinion, but again, I love the Mamba, Ken Griffey Jr., Serena, and Tiger Woods. There's so many. It's hard to narrow it down. But again, I think black athletes drive the sports community, bro, in almost every aspect. And we need to start giving our people our powers.
That's a fact. So just to go off of that, yeah, man, because my four, and then just to kind of like, I wanted to add an extended list just because of the fact of Michael J. White, but it was another athlete that I really just always found pretty cool around the area and stuff like that. When it came down to, I would say football, who was just a straight up monster, is my boy Aaron Donald. So,
oh yeah, him and Marshawn too. Marshawn Lynch. I'm thinking about
him and Marshawn Lynch are like probably two athletes that I feel like revolutionized on both sides of the football, as far as just how an offense should be or a defense should be, just due to the fact that you can get off of, and I'm just speaking about Aaron Donald in particular, because we all know what Marshawn Lynch does. But as far as what Aaron Donald has done, that hasn't been done since like Reggie White and those type of boys back in the day. Lawrence Taylor, just another name, a few other. Like Aaron Donald gets double teamed and still gets sacked. Triple team and still gets sacks. Like you got to put your whole line against them, and then of course it's just not going to happen. You don't really have too many offensive linemen that can really just hold him. You know what I'm saying? And really hold him in single coverage. No tackle or guard wants to see this man. You know what I'm saying? The fact that he's 6'1", 300 pounds, he has a short frame and a stature. He's strong.
Nothing but muscle, bro.
He's damn near the Mike Tyson of football, if you wanted me to just be honest with you. That nigga just pit bulling through shit. So therefore, give these men these flowers, a.k.a. Mr. LaDainian Tomlinson. Shout out to LaDainian Tomlinson and Lawrence Taylor. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Rondé and Tiki Barber, brothers respectively. Warwick Dunn, Cadillac Williams, Derek Brooks, Keyshawn Johnson. The list goes on. Give my black athletes their flowers, because white men of the owners of the league, you need them. You need us. Love you. Take it away, my nigga nation.
All right, man. Look, I'm not gonna give you my four again because that's too much for y'all. If you didn't hear it the first time, we'll talk about it another day. But what I am gonna say is this: we as black men, black athletes, black women, black as a nation, period. We were Troy Polamalu, yes, but we were built on being this way. We're all athletic in our own way. We have some ones that aren't, but most of us are athletic in a sense. We can play at least one or two sports. So us period, we have that competitive nature and state in us, that competitive energy. So it's not like we have to be competitive, but if you put a game in front of us, what you think we're gonna do?
We're gonna try to win.
Example, that's like you finding a stray dog knowing it's hungry and putting food in front of it. What you think it's gonna do?
Exactly.
It's gonna eat. That's like you bringing $1,000 and a Big Mac meal to a hobo. What you think he's gonna do? He's gonna go party. The chef gave him exactly what he needed. But I said that to say this: we are like all. It's not just us, but all different races have very athletic people in their genes. Well, it's not just us, but the one thing I can say about black people is there's something special about our athleticism. It's like it's almost an instinct.
Yeah.
It's like we don't.
Daddy, she was cheating by look. She was doing this, and she didn't even tell me when to do it.
Go that way. Go that way. Go that way. Go that way. Thank you. But sorry, but we just have a different, unique type of DNA, which just gives us that athletic view or that athletic power. Like it's sometimes that I do things like me being just an athletic grown man that I do that I don't even understand that I'm supposed to be doing. I've done some things that have surprised me to the point to where I feel like I need to try football again, just to see how far I can get.
Mm-hmm.
But in my closing argument, I say this: if you're in any race, you try whatever you feel like makes you happy and makes you feel that you can be great in it. But if you black, my nigga, I'm gonna put the hoodie on for this one, bro, because I gotta stay with y'all, bro. If you black, my nigga, basketball, football, soccer too, because we run a lot. Track, we dominate.
I don't know about soccer. But
Soccer is an iffy one, so I'm gonna put that one back now. Track, basketball, football, track,
baseball,
and if you really just have to, baseball too, because we in baseball too. We got statues in baseball too. If you want to lacrosse, do what you gotta do. Checkers, I don't really care. UFC, go where you gonna go. Just know you can be great wherever you go. And that's my closing argument. I'm out.
And that is it for the episode. This will probably be one of the longest episodes. There'll probably be another one again because we're gonna have a part 2 to this episode. It'll probably be like,
and that'll be the Mount Rushmore episode, which will probably we'll see when that happens. We'll
get to that another time. You guys be safe out there. Love you, and we are out of here. Oof.